Eco Explorers! Are you ready to learn about biodiversity and protecting nature with the Eco Explorers Club? I think I'm going to need a friend to help me. Hi, Mia!
Hi, Reuben. My name is Mia, and I'm one of SSE's sustainability experts, and I'm hopefully going to help you and the Eco Explorers learn today, and you're going to bring the fun.
Oh, yes, Mia, I'm in my fun. Look at all my games. Fun, fun, fun. Yes, we're going to learn about biodiversity and protecting nature and even some fun activities. Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds perfect. How about we learn about what causes biodiversity loss?
Perfect. Well, we're going to do that with a story. A story, it's called The Toys. Are you ready? Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a boy. Now, this boy, he was quite small. He was like this tall, and he loved toys. He had cuddly toys. He had like building bricks. He had remote control cars, loads of toys. His room was full of toys, and he had shelves like this, all the toys all stacked up on shelves very neatly. But he got more and more toys and more toys. Look, more toys, more toys. And then sometimes he get a little bit lazy, just leave one of the teddies on the floor, leave the remote control car out, the control just on the floor. And then the next day there was like more toys there, and then the next day there was more toys and more toys and more toys and more toys and more toys. And suddenly his room was getting so full, and he didn't put them back on the shelves, that there was toys everywhere. Now this is fine because he was kind of happy that way. But his sister came in to visit. She walked in like this. I'm sure she went in like this. She's like, hi there. Oh. And she tripped up on the toys, and the teddy bear got wrapped around her leg, and she fell over and hurt her nose. And she was very upset. Hold on, Mia. How does toys in a boy's bedroom teach us about biodiversity? This is very strange. What are we talking about?
Kind of sounds like Reuben, like the earth is the boy's bedroom, and him leaving his toys on the ground sounds like when humans leave waste on the ground, whether it's plastic, bits of rubbish, and then they got caught up and they get into the ocean and they get into our forests, and then the poor animals come along and they end up maybe eating them, or you see them at the very bottom of the ocean and the fish get tangled up in them. So it's like the boy leaving the toys on the ground and his poor sister getting hurt. The animals get hurt as well. So we need to be really careful that we don't leave any waste on the ground when we're out and about.
Perfect. I have it now. Okay, so no, but watch out for waste. And obviously, if you're going for a walk through nature, you don't be leaving litter on the ground. That'd be terrible. Oh, that'd be terrible. Are you ready for another story?
Yeah, sure am, Reuben. How about you tell me the one about flowers?
Flowers. I have two flower friends. Look. Flower friends. Look at the little happy faces. Do. So once upon a time, there were two flowers, and they were in a field. They lived there like this. And one day, they started having a chat. Hello there. How's it going? Oh, hi. How are you? How are you? Do you like pollen? Yeah, I love pollen. Oh, it's so yummy. Have you got any? I've got loads. Have you got? I've got loads as well. Oh, great. Come over here and I'll give you some pollen. Lovely. Well, you come over to me and I'll give you the pollen. No. You come over to me. Yeah, well, if you come to me and get the pollen, we can do a bit of a swap. No. I'll try and... Oh, it's stuck to me. I can't... Here, see if you can stretch. I'll give you the pollen. Yeah, stretch. Ah! I can't reach. What do we do? Well, I could put the pollen. I could try and throw it. No, that's not going to work. And how are they going to get the pollen from one bee to the other? It sounds impossible. What could they do?
The bees, Reuben. Bring in the bees into the story.
Oh, wait. Forget about the bees. Okay, I need a spare hand. Hold on. We're moving. Now, they're not close. They're still far apart. But the bee, yes. Now, the bee came flying in. Bzzz, not over there. No, don't leave the Eco Explorers alone. Bzzz, like this. He flew over and he's like, hey, I've got lovely nectar. Oh, lovely. I love that. He came in and look at my two fingers. These are his two legs. And do you know bees, their back legs are hairy, and they land it and they stick and they pick up the pollen. And he goes, I got pollen here. And he goes, got more. And that's how they swap them. The package is the pollen, you see, which the bees bring from one to the other. It's cool.
And that shows us, Reuben, that the bees are so important, and some of them are getting into trouble because they're losing places to pollinate. So we need to make sure that we have somewhere for them to come. And without the bees, we wouldn't be able to grow our vegetables, we wouldn't be able to have our fruit trees. So if we lose the bees from the ecosystem, that's a huge problem, and we lose all of those things that we use for food. How can we help them? Maybe you could show the Eco Explorers to grow some pollinator-friendly plants?
Oh, perfect. Mia, that's a great idea. Okay, we're going to make some pollinator-friendly plants. What you're going to need, first of all, are some seeds. Yes, look, I've got some seeds. Now, people know that, I'm sure you know as well, everybody at home, that bees love colours, bright colours, they love that. But they love smells as well. So you get like smelly plants. Look at this, look at that. Oh, mint. Oh, That's like plants with lovely, gorgeous breath. Oh, mint like that. And we've got some oregano or oregano. I'm going to go with oregano. Or we've got thyme. We've got thyme. Look at that. Lovely. Have we got time for another one? Have we got time? Have we got time? Hey, we got these are great jokes. We got time. Look, we have another one here. Thyme and lavender. Absolutely gorgeous lavender. That's great. So lovely, smelly seeds. You'll also need something like a container, like you could use like an egg container or a yogurt pot, or if you have like a proper thing for putting plants in, you can use one of those. You'll need, of course, some soil, and you'll need a little bit of water, and you're going to need what are they? Lollipop sticks. What are we feeding them? Ice cream? No, I'll show you. And one more thing, you need a pen. So here's what you do. You get the container like this. Now your mum or dad might have to help you get it grown up. You got to drill some holes in the bottom. That's to make sure that if there's too much water, it all drips out, so it's not everywhere making a big mess. Okay, so you do that, and then you get some clay. Tip the clay in like this. Tip it in there. Now don't fill up the whole thing. You want to leave a little bit of space at the top. Fill it so there's a little bit of a gap at the top like that. Then you're going to get one seed, drop it in here, and then you just push it in with your finger, just very gently. And as you push it in, you write on one of your lollipop sticks what you put in there. So this is mint, so you stick it in there, then put another one here, and you might have lavender in there, so you stick that in there. So mint, lavender, have all the different ones you like that. And then bit of water, just tip it in there, lovely, just a little bit, not too much, but if too much goes in, it'll go through the holes in the bottom, so it's perfect. And you leave it out there where they can see it. And don't forget to check it, because it dries out in the sun, and put a little bit of water on it every day. Isn't that great? What do you think about that? Oh.
That looks great, Reuben. That'll definitely welcome the bees into the garden, and they do definitely love colour. How about another story? Why don't you tell the one about the cake?
The cake. Oh, I'm getting hungry now thinking about cake. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a girl, and she was going for a walk through the forest, and she forgot to bring a picnic with her, and she's starving. She's like, oh, I'm so hungry. And she met an old man with a funny little crooked hat. And he said, hello, are you very hungry? She goes, yes, my tummy, I'm so hungry. And he goes, would you like some cake? Oh, I love cake. And I love cake myself as well. But he said, it's a magic cake. And she goes, a magic cake? Where is it? Yeah, I haven't got time for you to bake a cake. No. I'll just click my fingers, and a lovely chocolate cake with chocolate icing appeared. And she's like, oh, and she had it in her hand. She's like, oh, I don't really have anything to carry it. And he said, just carry it back like that. Cut a piece tonight when you have it, but always leave a piece left over. She goes, why? Because it's a magic cake, and it'll grow back and be a full circle in the morning. And she's like, that's impossible. So she went home, and she got a big knife. Here we are, lovely knife, and just cut a bit of the cake out like that. And go, oh, it's delicious. I'll have just one more slice. Oh, another slice. Lovely. She had 2 slices, and she went to bed. When she woke up in the morning, it was a full cake again. She's like, oh, this is amazing. Invited all her friends over, and she gave them all a piece of cake, but she left one piece, and the next day, when she woke up, it was back to being a full cake again. She's like, this is the best cake ever. But she got greedy, and the next day she ate the last. She goes, it's fine, it'll grow back. Ate all the cake. When she woke up in the morning, oh no, there was no cake. What is this story about me? This is very strange. A cake? What?
Sounds like the cake is again a bit like the earth. And if we use too many of our natural resources, then things start to decrease, like the cake disappeared. So we can use our natural resources, which are things like rocks or trees or minerals. You can find them in things like our mobile phones that we use. So if we use too many of these things, then there's nothing left. And that means that the plant life is affected, and that can decrease. And of course, that affects the whole ecosystem and everything that lives in the ecosystem. So that's not a good thing.
But there's loads of biodiversity everywhere. Like Ireland is huge. We've got fields and forests. And hold on, sure, we have the Amazon rainforest, and it's huge. It's like 78 Irelands all stuck together, except the whole thing is a forest. Can you imagine? Because the Ireland takes about 4 or 5 hours to drive across. Imagine 78 of those. It's humongous, and there must be enough there.
Well, if we use up all the rainforest and the fields and the woods, then we're taking away the habitats from the animals and all of the living things, and we'll just take too much, and these plants will become endangered and the animals will become endangered. So in Dublin Zoo, they're doing a huge amount of work to help us learn about animals and biodiversity as well. And they also make sure and look after the endangered animals so that they don't become endangered. The things as well to encourage the animals in. So they have bug hotels, and they do log lodges, which are made from piles of stones and logs. And they encourage the invertebrate to come into the environment, so the worms and the snails. And they also let wild native flowers grow in unused areas to make sure that there's lots of pollinator plants for the bees.
Well, that's great. I just thought it was when you go to the zoo, there was all the different animals in the habitats, but I didn't know there was all these little secret places like the logs and the invertebrates going on here. So I think now the zoo's closed at the moment, but when the zoo opens, Eco Explorers, you need to go in and check it all later because there's lots of little stuff, little secret stuff going on there to discover. That's great. So Mia, I hope you've had fun with me.
I had a great one, Reuben. Thanks a million.
Okay, I'll see you again. All the best. Bye. Now, bye, Mia. Did you know? Well, I hope everyone here at Eco Explorers have had fun learning about biodiversity. This is all part of the Eco Explorers Club, brought to you by SSE Airtricity, proud sustainability partner of Dublin Zoo. Don't forget, you can go to the SSE Airtricity website to find out loads more information